Father, good morning. Are you there?
Good morning, Mazi.
Welcome to the program.
Thank you very, very much for having me.
Very well.
And my special regards to all the Biafrans, especially IPOB members all over the world. My name is Reverend Father Augustine Odinmegwa. Father Odinmegwa is from Orauku in Idemili, Biafra land. I live here in New Jersey, and I serve the indigenous people of Biafra in the best of my capabilities. Once again, good morning, everyone. Of course, depending on your location around the world. I have been mandated by a committee which I headed, or I continue to head, that was looking into the issue between Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and Uche Mefor until last Sunday, when we had a Zoom meeting that put a lot of people off. And so the committee has requested me to let our people know that somebody somewhere was aware that there was a problem between our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and Uche Mefor, and we were doing something until what happened on Sunday happened. First of all, I want to make this clearly known to everyone. Both the committee members, including myself, Madam Bridget Okafor, the leader of the Biafran women in the U.S., and one of us, a doctor from Texas, who is well known to the IPOB members, especially Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and Uche Mefor, is a very honorable man, very quiet, but very, very gifted in wisdom. Three of us were the members of the committee. And we have unreserved respect and love for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and Uche Mefor, and we shall ever remain grateful to them for the marvelous work they have done in bringing this Biafra struggle to this point, in spite of all odds. And so it pained us when we learned that there was a problem between them. As a matter of fact, it was Madam Bridget Okafor who, in her wisdom, was asking herself, how come our leader has not broadcast and Uche Mefor is not on the air, has not been on the air for a while? Is there something wrong? Are they sick or something? She decided to find out what was going on. And she called Uche Mefor. She couldn't get through. Probably the number was changed. She remembered that she had her wife's number. So she called his wife's number. So he called his wife and got the wife. The wife told her that the number has changed. He gave her the current phone number for Mazi Mefor, and she called and got Uche Mefor on the line. And Uche Mefor started narrating a lot of issues to her. At a point, she was like, Mazi Uche Mefor, I hope you don't mind if I bring in Father Augustine Odinmegwa and this other doctor. For his own interest, he didn't want me to mention his name. Uche Mefor had no problem with it. So Madam Bridget Okafor brought us into the line and called Uche Mefor back and told him Can you repeat what you are telling me? And Uche Mefor narrated a whole lot of things that were going on between him and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and the members of DOS and other issues. At the point, I told him, Mazi, if you don't mind, can you be more specific instead of making general statements? Because we are not here to listen to you. We are here to find out exactly what happened. We want to get to the root of the problem and possibly do our best to resolve the issue between both of you so that we can move on. Because it will be almost incomprehensible for the people following the two of you to hear that you are having this type of problem if it comes out in the public domain. And he obliged and started itemizing the major concerns. And in the end, we had 4 of them, which I will not mention on the air because of confidentiality, which the committee has insisted upon. But at the end of the day, at the end of his story, we were very, very pathetic. And we commended him for his patience, for remaining consistent in spite of all odds, and committed to the goal of achieving the restoration of Biafra. At the same time, we made it clearly known to him that in Igbo adage, Adebioku n'ọnụ ofu onye, that we are going to take back all these complaints to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and hear his own side of the story. But we gave him an assurance that every single one of these major 4 issues he raised will be addressed and satisfactorily handled so that we can move forward. Because we have come a long way. He was okay with our meeting with him. He was grateful. In the end, we spent more than 2 hours with him on those issues. But I wouldn't forget that on a couple of times he mentioned that we have passed this stage. And when I asked him what you mean by that we have passed this stage, he said, well, this thing has been happening for a while. I said, with due respect, we have no idea. We thought everything was, you are mature enough. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is mature enough. We thought you are handling whatever issues that come between you. If not that this Madam Bridget decided to check out on you guys, we will not know. And now that we have known, we are going to put everything possible, every effort possible to get to the root of it and make sure that every single one of them is addressed to everybody's satisfaction. And so we left. This was on Saturday, the 14th of November. And then we started reaching out to Onyendu, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of IPOB, and eventually succeeded in securing an appointment with him, and we made it clearly known to him. This is not going to be 10 to 15 minutes appointment, no. We need at least an hour, 30 minutes to 2 hours. Because we want us to meticulously address every concern that Uche Mefor raised. Because we're looking for the cause, for the solution. And our effort is to make sure that we work out a workable relationship between both of you so that you take us to the end of the journey, which is already near. He said, okay, that we should give him time to look at his schedule. And then eventually, he came up with Sunday, the November 22nd, 8 a.m. in the morning. He said he will have sufficient time, that time, to meet with us. This was, we were able to secure this time on Wednesday, either Wednesday or Thursday of last week. So when we secured the time, we called Mazi Mefor back and told him we have secured an appointment with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu on Sunday, November 22nd by 8 a.m. in the morning, New York time, which will be 2 p.m. Biafran time. And we assured him that as soon as we finish with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, we will get back to him. We're going to present his own complaints to him and then find out if he has anything against you. And then we're going to get back to him, to you, to let you know what he said in case you have any counter motion to whatever he said. And then eventually we shall work out a time to meet, to have a joint meeting where both of you will be on the line with the committee. At that point in time, everybody will be able to say his mind, even if you want to shout or you want to curse one another, you can do it. We'll be patient with you guys that day. But at the end of the day, we will make sure that the whole thing is resolved so that we can move forward. So this was on either Wednesday or Thursday. And then on Saturday morning, that was I think on the 24th or so. I woke up on Saturday morning. Then I saw an invitation to a Zoom meeting that was coming from Mazi Mefor. An invitation. And I saw that it's an open invitation. I called the person who sent me the invitation. He said, yeah, Uche Mefor wants us to be distributing it to everybody. I said, okay, thank you very much. I just want to let you know that I got it. So on a second thought, I asked myself, what would this Zoom meeting be all about? I hope it is not related to the issue he is having with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Because of that, I said I don't want to take chances. So I called one of the Uche Mefor's childhood friend who lives in New York, who is also from the same town with him. They've been close friends. I called him and said, this is the invitation I got from Uche Mefor that is calling a Zoom meeting. He said, yes, he got it. I said, please, let me tell you this. We discovered that Uche Mefor has been having a problem with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu the previous Saturday. And we spent more than 2 hours with Uche Mefor. And he told us everything that he could remember was going on between them. And we assured him, I told him that as a brother, we are from the same area. These three towns have a lot in common, including marriage. And we have always related as brothers. I assured him as a brother that I will make sure that we get to the end of all these issues. I said, this is what I want you to do for me. He was happy to hear that we are looking into the issue. Maybe he already knew that there was a problem. So he assured me that I said, this is what you want to do for me. Call Uche Mefor immediately and tell him that Father Augustine sent to you to plead with him. If this Zoom meeting was going to relate to the issues he's having with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, please, let him suspend it for now, since we're already looking into the issue, into the problem. He said, sure, I will do that. I will do that as soon as I came out of morning mass. He was going for morning mass. And when he came out, he called him. And I know he spent quite a length of time with him. Looking at when he called me back. Because I told him as soon as you finish, call me back to let me know what he said. And he called me back a little bit later and told me, Father, I tried my best. Unfortunately, he refused. He said he was going on with the Zoom conference, and he sounded very angry. I said, it's okay. I'm going to call him myself directly. So on a second thought, I said, let the members of the committee know. So I called the members of the committee and let them know what was going on. But Bridget confirmed that she got the Zoom meeting invitation. And we said, we have to call him immediately. So we called Uche Mefor again and luckily got him on the line. And we spent more than 3 hours trying to persuade him, plead with him, convince him on the need to postpone the Zoom meeting. And we specifically made it known to him that millions of people are following him and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, not Father Dimegwa. And here they have a responsibility. You cannot guarantee, once you go on this open Zoom meeting, there is no guarantee that this is not going to get out in the public domain. And if people hear it, that we are having a problem with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, they will not be listening to who is right or wrong. They will be so devastated. Please, find it within your heart to reconsider this meeting and reschedule it. Give us a week or two so that we can come to the end of the process we have already started. We pleaded. Madam Bridget was all over herself, pleading, telling Mazi Mefor that he was kneeling down and begging him, please, that if this thing gets out, it was going to be a disaster. Uche Mefor kept saying, I have heard you, but remember, nobody will tell me what I will do, what I can do. I have overgrown that. I have been hearing all that for a long time now, that something will be done or something will not be done. We said yes. We quite understood that you have been hurting. But remember, you are not alone. This is freedom fighting. This is not an ordinary organization. Everybody is hurting. What is going on in Nigeria is hurting everybody, even those who are not members of IPOB. And I remember telling him that, let me tell you this, in freedom fighting, the highest sacrifice is for one to give his life. It doesn't matter what effort you have put in, doesn't matter what effort Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has put in. One single person who has put in his life for this struggle, he has sacrificed more than two of you. And what we are telling you is not about you and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. It's about millions of these people who have sacrificed their lives, probably two of you. And millions of people who will be so devastated if this thing gets out in public. Therefore, we are giving you advice and suggestions and letting you understand the wider implication of what and the effect it might have on people if this ever gets out in the public forum. And we cannot guarantee that it will not. He said anyway that he has heard what we said and he will think about it. But he kept saying that as far as he is concerned, that we are past this stage. Madam Bridget knelt down, said, now what told her, and one of the things you mentioned is that there are people who are abandoned in Obibo, in the hospitals, who cannot be taken care of. You mentioned it, and that touched her personally. And Madam Bridget told Uche Mefor, as we speak now, that she is donating $1,000. And as soon as we finish this reconciliation process, it is going to mobilize the IPO, the Biafran women. We're going to raise a sufficient amount of money to take care of those people, and the money will be handed over to you directly, so that you know how to dispense it and make sure that these people get the required attention they needed. Because the issue of Obibo took everybody by surprise. And he had, once again, she assured him that we will make sure that all these issues are addressed with Onyendu and reconciliation reached. At a point, I told Uche Mefor, when he kept insisting that, well, he's not sure whether he will postpone it. He has already scheduled it. I told Uche Mefor, we're not asking you what to do. At this point in time, we have spent more than 2 hours. We're not asking you what to do or what not to do. We are advising you. We're giving you the other side of the story, the coin, which you may not know. Please, even if you don't want to postpone this Zoom meeting for the next 1 week or 2, why don't you get to the meeting? Let the people know that there is a trusted group that is looking into the issue between you and Mazi and Kanu, for which you called the meeting. And then you want to give these people the benefit of the doubt and see what they come up with. If things don't work out fine, I will record the meeting. For now, please, I apologize that I don't have much to say. Say, why don't you do it? Even if you don't want to postpone the meeting, because he said, according to me, it's too late. I said, between Saturday and Sunday is not too late. So this was how we left him. He said, okay, that he was going to think about it. And then the next morning was Sunday. We met with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu at exactly 8 a.m. New York time. And we presented to him the 4 major points that Mazi Mefor has against him, complaints he had against him. And one by one, he addressed every one of them, gave his own side of the story about every one of them. And then in the end, we said, you must have 1 or 2 things against him, because we want to wrap up. We want to find a way to wrap up all these things and then move on. He said yes. He presented 2 major points, 2 major issues he has against Uche Mefor. Then we asked him a couple of questions, which he answered. And then we told him that before we gave him the final word, he said that he would like us to schedule a joint meeting between him and Uche Mefor, and then we can address these issues. Wherever he is found guilty, that he was more than willing to apologize to Uche Mefor without waste of time. But he is also expecting us as a committee to hold Uche Mefor responsible and accountable wherever he offended him, and demand that he has to apologize. We said, in all honesty, you just read our mind, that was exactly going to be our next step. He said, sure, that he's more than available and willing to be in that joint meeting. Before God and man, I'm not trying to please anybody. When it comes to a matter that is so serious, I don't care who you are. It doesn't matter to me who you are, especially considering that millions of people are involved. We are not doing this. We didn't take up this challenge because of that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and Uche Mefor cannot resolve their problem. No. We took it up because deep down us, we felt that we owe it as a responsibility to the millions of IPOB members and Biafrans in general to intervene and make sure that we get to the root of it and resolve it for a lasting peace and progress, so that we get to the end of our journey. So it wasn't as if we were concerned whether you are the leader or not. No. We were hell-bent on getting to the truth. And we will compel you to give us the truth, to give us answers where they are necessary. We were prepared for it. And we made it clearly known to them. I turned 61 in August this year. Madam Bridget is about 63. The other guy is like 65. We are in our 60s. We have nothing to lose. We are working for the millions of people who have committed their lives in this struggle. and who have shed their blood. So I'm not saying it because of I want to, castigate anybody. No, I am focused on the truth, and that was why I told Mazi at a point in time, we are not here to hear your story. I am looking for the facts. Unless you want to tell us the story and then we disappear. No, we are looking for the facts because we are going to intervene. We're going to do something. I am looking for the truth. So when Mazi Nnamdi said, I would say we thank him for his openness and willingness for the meeting. And then we got back to Uche Mefor immediately and got him on the phone again. And then we relayed to him the answers that Mazi Nnamdi gave to his 4 complaints. He disagreed with practically everything Mazi Nnamdi said. We said, no problem. You are free to disagree with his answers and responses. And again, Mazi Nnamdi has these 2 issues against you. What have you to say? Then he gave his own version of the story. He said, good. That now the next step the committee has decided to take is that we're going to have a joint meeting with 2 of you on the line. That we're going to follow up with Mazi Nnamdi. As soon as we secure a date, we're going to get back to you to confirm the date. And that date and time, we are not looking for 1 hour, we are not looking for 2 hours, we are looking for at least 3 good hours. Because we'll be patient enough. We will be very patient with all you guys because we want to get to the bottom of this. Uche Mefor told us, well, I don't know about such a meeting. I don't know about it. And I said, Uche Mefor, please, for goodness sake, this is not optional. We're not even asking you to consider it. It is a must. Because we are at a critical point in this journey. And we must get to the bottom of this issue and resolve it once and for all so that we can move forward. Please, we're not asking you whether you will consider it or not. It is compulsory. He said, okay, I have heard you. And then before we left him, Madam Bridget Okafor came back and said, Uche, please, I am still kneeling down and pleading with you about this Zoom meeting they're going to have. My mind told me, or is telling me that this will not come out well. Please, I am pleading with you. You might say that it is late now to postpone it. Please, when you go there, know how you present your case. Know how you dismiss. Let the people know that something is already going on. Because we're definitely going to solve this problem once and for all. She pleaded again. And then the doctor, everybody came in again and reminding him what could be possible disastrous effect of such Zoom meeting. But if he's made up his mind, we cannot change it. We can only suggest to him. If we can lead a horse to the stream and not force it to drink, how much more a human being, a family man? But none about because millions of people are following 2 of you. He said, okay, he has heard what we said. By then it was about 20 minutes to 1. So when we left him, I told the committee, look, I have mass at 2 o'clock and I have 20 to 25 minutes drive to go. So we must suspend it until afterwards we continue from where we stopped. So I rushed into my house, I didn't know what to do. I had not showered, I had not prepared anything, and I needed to put myself together for the mat. Then I decided to heat up some rice and stew, and then eat something. I have not eaten breakfast. So while I was eating my breakfast, my meal, I decided to rush to take shower, brush up and take shower, dress up. As soon as I dressed up, collected my food, I sat down. I have not eaten my food halfway when I got a call from a priest, Father Alexander Nwangu. I was like, this is a member of our group. We have a group of priests which I formed. We are about 29 of us who are passionate about Biafra. and who are working and praying every day for the restoration of Biafra. Biafra. Many of them are very passionate. And he is one of them. So he called. I wanted to send a message, Father, I'll call you back I'll call you back. Thinking, let me finish my meal and then collect my mass box. Once I get into the car, I call him back. But my mind kept telling me, pick this call. Father, please, pick this call. So I picked the call immediately. I said, Father, what's up? He said, Father, I don't know. Father, what is going on? Father, what is happening to us? Father, I don't know what is, Father, I am finished. We are finished. I said, Father, what is that? He said, are you listening to Mefor on Facebook? I don't know what Uche Mefor is saying on Facebook. Oh my goodness. Oh my God. Father, I can't believe. Father, look, I am losing it now. I said, Father, hold on a second. Because I felt this might be going into some health or psychological problem. So I had to put Madam Bridget Okafor into the line. I said, Father, this is Madam Bridget Okafor, the leader of the women's wing, the IPOB in US. I said, Father, he continued, Father, please, I am even right now. I don't even know what I'm doing. I can't even stand. I am falling. Madam Bridget pleaded with him. I said, Father, please. Father, please take it easy, relax. Just sit down, get a glass of water. He said, no, this is too much. Father, I can't take this. Why did I turn on this thing now? Why did I turn on? This is high. Father, I don't know whether I can survive this. This is too much on me. We kept asking, counseling him because we thought he was going to get a heart attack. I mean, I was really afraid. I said, Father, no matter, this is the work of the devil, and we're going to overcome it in the mighty name of Jesus. It doesn't matter how the devil wants to destroy this drug. It's not going to work because our people have sacrificed so much. Our Biafrans have sacrificed so much, and I'm sure that God. He said, Father, why don't you pray for me? I don't know. I think I'm losing it. I said, okay. I started prayer, spontaneous prayers. I said, God, there's never a time in the history of humanity where the power of the devil overcame your own power. It has never happened. The Israelites, when they were in Egypt, they never knew that they would ever get out of Egypt. But when you delivered them, it was like a dream to them. Father, we are the same Israelites. We have gone through a lot in Nigeria, in the hands of so many monsters who want to consume us. And at this point, we know that this is your time. Your time is the best. And you have brought out your servant, Mazi, Nnamdi, Kanu, to lead us out of this bondage in Nigeria. And no amount of effort from the devil will stop it. It doesn't matter how it is coming. This is not going to be different. I prayed for almost 10 good minutes because I took time to make sure that that Father calmed down. And in the end, I said, we must overcome in the mighty name of Jesus. We answered amen. I said, we must overcome in the mighty name of Jesus. He said, amen. He said, Father, thank you. Thank you. I don't even know what I'm going to do now. I said, Father, get a glass of water, relax, take up your rosary, take up your brief, just pray. If you have chapel around you, go to the chapel and if you want to cry to Jesus, tell him why now and what is happening. Do it and you'll get back yourself. Because we know that it is serious. It was the first time I was hearing of that the Zoom meeting was on. And before we finished, I had about three calls. One of them from one of my cousins, who is a nun in Texas. I said, let me get my stuff ready immediately for Mass because I was already running late. I already called them and told them that I was running late. And then as soon as I entered my car, I called my cousin back because I know that she has been so passionate about everything about her is Biafra. And with her spirit, she has converted all the nuns in their community into Biafra. They never wanted to hear about Biafra until she came. And she systematically converted all of them. And when I picked up her call, she was crying. I said, sister, take it easy. What he said, Father, I don't know what has come over our people. Is this how we're going to finish, how we are going to be finished as a people? That this is, I say, sister, there is nothing that is new under the sun. Nothing cannot be overcome by the power of God. He said, Father, I know, but this is too much. She said, if you picked my call a few minutes, when I called you the first time, all the sisters were lying down in the living room crying. And nobody could console the other because of the Zoom meeting. I said, I know it is serious. But you know what? We shall overcome. And I told her, please, I've got to where I was going. I'm already late. I'll get back to you after Mass. That was how I went for the Mass. And by the time I finished Mass, I had 11 calls, 3 of them from Reverend Father. Some had called more than 4 times during the Mass because I put my phone in silence. Now, why have I taken time to say all this? I've taken time to say all this because the next couple of days, it was all counseling. I was doing counseling front and back to help people get back their spirit. And I kept wondering within myself, what happened? How come that we took all these hours? We spent all these hours with Uche Mefor. He knows me that too well. I have special love for him. I have special love for Mazi Nnamdi. We have met on a couple of occasions in serious meetings about the progress of this movement. And I have respected his spirit of dynamism and his depth of thought. I said, how come that we spent all these hours and we are not able to convince Uche Mefor to postpone this meeting? In all honesty, till tomorrow, I still have not been able to fathom it. Why? Because you cannot solve any problem on the social media. It doesn't matter how correct or how right you are. You can't solve any problem in the social media. Marriages are not solved in the social media. They are not solved in the courts. It is reliable people who come between you. Issues will be coming between 2 people, 3 people. Wherever 2 or 3 are gathered, there will always be issue. But the best solution is always coming from the inside. Because now the the best in the model. I couldn't fathom it until tomorrow. And the committee was struggling with the same thought. And that was why when we met the next time, we said, you know what? Let us suspend whatever we are doing for now. And then monitor what is going on. At the end of the day, I have this message to put across to all the members of IPOB on behalf of the committee. Because during the short time we went into this case, we made a lot of investigations. We have not done anything. Personally, I have not done much within that week. I didn't do much since that week, actually. Because we are trying to figure out why is it, after all this effort, till Uche Mefor went ahead to do it? Is it because he has been so rotten, or what? So at the end, we said we are going to suspend our activities for now. We are still open in case of there is any opportunity to continue in future. But we want to put these few words to our people, especially the principal officers in IPOB. Doesn't matter your position. Never you, as a principal officer, give out any orders or instructions on the name of the leadership of Mazi Nnamdi without the prior knowledge and approval of Mazi Nnamdi. Do not go to tell any group or anybody that Mazi Nnamdi sent to you. Because we discovered a lot of lapses in the communication between the two people. And possibly caused by people who are in between. It is never done. If you have any issue that you want people to pay attention, make it known to them while you are giving them the instruction. Don't use the name of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu if you have not if you have not given him prior information and gotten the approval from him. Don't take laws into your hands. And I'm saying it for all the principal officers all over the world. Because mistakes can be made, and before you remedy it, it has become a disaster. And eventually we discovered that the two people involved are ignorant of most of what was going on. Because we know that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has a lot on his head. He's dealing with a lot. If you cannot get him, don't give out that order. Don't give out that instruction. Wait until you get him, no matter how imagined order. And even if you give it on his name, let him know later that you did give out this instruction on his name. Now this is why you did it, because it was emergency. So that you know how to handle it. He's a human being, he's not a god. Because you may think you are doing the organization or the struggle a favor by using his name. Meanwhile, you are sowing a seed that may end up rocking the boat. But it will never happen, because IPOB is ordained. This mission is ordained beyond all reasonable doubt. And every region in Nigeria is now realizing that what IPOB and Biafrans are doing is the right thing. And everybody is thinking about the referendum today, thanks to the effort of this movement. Therefore, if you are a principal officer in IPOB, never you take your responsibility lightly. And make sure you use it judiciously. Judiciously, I repeat. And to the rest of IPOB members, especially Biafrans, IPOB members in particular, but Biafrans in general, the committee will want to let us know that what we are doing is freedom fighting. We are not in a special club. We have not gotten Biafra. There's no room for democracy because we have not gotten Biafra. What is guiding us is command and control. Obey before complain. IPOB and this freedom fighting is all about sacrifice. It's not about benefit or about ego or about or about your people. No. Because what is at stake is too much. If we fail, everybody is going down, whether we like it or not. It will only take time. We have a living example in our brothers, the Israelites. When they were destroyed, how many hundreds and thousands of years? They never woke up. Even those in diaspora, they started killing them in millions. 6 million were killed in diaspora. So even if you think you are comfortable in diaspora, be careful. Because no good or no jotoro. If we fail as a people in this freedom fighting, you may think you are trying to pay Mazi Nnamdi Kanu back, or pay Uche Mefor back, or pay this man back. But you might be endangering the lives of a whole generation. As we speak, the Fulanis are all over Biafra land. We saw them brought in drones. And a lot of ammunition brought in. Today, nobody has told us that every single one of any single one of those people has been sent back to the north. They are still there. So they are going to fight us and destroy us from inside. If we don't get our self together and fight this demon, not just one demon, monsters facing us, we are going down as a people. It doesn't matter where you are in diaspora. You'll be involved. It will only take a matter of time. 20, 30, 50 years will be gone as a people. And many nations have gone in this 21st century if we don't know. And so every single member of IPOB, you must go home and examine yourself and ask yourself, am I in this IPOB to fight for the millions of people who have died in the 60s, 70s, and thousands who have died since the end of genocide in the 60s and 70s, and who are still dying today? Am I in IPOB to represent their interest, or to represent my own personal interest? Please, if you are in IPOB to represent your interest or to vie for position, get out today, so that we know those who are committed to this struggle, because what is at stake is too much. Europe wants to wipe us out, if you don't know. Africa. And people have said it, a person of a renowned personality, Bill Gates, has said it, in order to save Europe, we must depopulate Africa. And I keep asking this question, because sometimes we don't know the gravity of what we are into. More slaves were sent to Europe. More slaves were sent to Europe than those who were sent to America. Today, when they got their freedom, we can go to the islands and see where the Americans dumped their own slaves when they gave them freedom. And we have never asked ourselves, what about those who were sent to Europe? Where are they today? Where did they dump them? If we don't know the magnitude of what is coming to us as a people, if we are wiped out in 10 days, it doesn't make a difference in Europe and the West. It doesn't matter where you are. And we must understand this, that there is a calculated effort to finish us as a people. And divided, we will fall. And so, it's not a matter of this guy is from my area. It's not a matter of this guy is my friend, or it's not a matter of this guy is so and so person. My clothes. No. It's a matter of collective responsibility for both those who have died fighting for this. There is a reason why people are fighting for the freedom of Biafra. And we believe that we have shed so much blood that God has said enough is enough. This God's time is the best. We are in the right time. And we must pull ourselves together. Forget about all these minor things that don't even add up. And come up with one spirit. Because united we will stand. It doesn't matter whether you believe in Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. It doesn't matter whether you believe in IPOB. Lumumba, one of the renowned social justice advocates in Africa, has told us, the world, listen to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. He told Africans, listen to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. He said, listen to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Many of us know him. He's an intellectual. He's a well knowledgeable man. He understands Africa very well. But he told Africa, listen to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. He mentioned his name. And oftentimes, we don't value what we have. And for those of us who have been trying, keep up the spirit. Keep up the spirit. Because from all indication, this is God's time to set us free. And we are going to put in everything possible together to get it. Because this is not about political freedom. It's not about geographical freedom of a geographical location. It is about survival as a people. It is about survival as a people. Because there are too many enemies. Working hard, sleepless night, working sleepless nights to swallow us up. And we cannot afford to. We must keep up the spirit wherever we are. Do your best to make sure that we continue to move on. Because grace works on nature. God may will to save us, but God will need our cooperation. It doesn't happen anyhow. It doesn't happen by magic. With God, we need the grace of God. We need our cooperation to achieve this liberation and this freedom we are looking for. And so, for those of us who are committed, keep up the spirit. Keep up the spirit. Because in the end, victory shall be ours. Once again, thank you very much for your time. And let us remain committed and remain focused on our common enemies and not be fighting and quarreling among ourselves. We must always let go, because you will and together we will be able to achieve it. All hail Biafra.
Father, good morning.